Hello guys, this is the video review of Zyuden Sentai Kyoryuger Gaburincho of Music Tobaspino. I'm sorry I haven't brought this review to you guys earlier, but there's been an accident. Two of my cats have died out of nowhere from a very bad infection, and my fiancée was very distraught, so it delayed me. I've had them since Tuesday, but I'm finally gonna bring them to you guys so you guys could take a look at them and whatnot. So let's get started with that, shall we? Alright, before I even start showing anything, this is the movie exclusive item for the Zyuden Sentai Kyoryuger. Usually in every Sentai recently, there's a movie that comes out in the summer. Not a particularly long movie, kind of short movie, usually half an hour, 40 minutes. And it usually has a movie exclusive item. And sometimes the toys come out. Not always, but most of the time. Last year it was the Kiro, the FS00 frog from Go Buster, from the movie. So this is this year. As we see him here. He is from the movie Gaburycho of Music. He is a sealed away junior review. Obviously his number is 00, so it makes it believe that he's either the first junior review ever made. For some reason he's been sealed away. The evil Kyoryuger, who is really a devil monster, is trying to get control of him by forcing a partnership with him. As you can see, it's basically what it is. He's sealed away. I don't know much. I've only seen the trailers from the episodes, so that's what I've seen so far and what I've read online. So the evil Kyoryuger uses him to, you know, cause havoc. I don't know the details, but anyways, that's enough of the history. What he basically is a repainted Gabutyra, except he's a Spinosaur. Tobaspino is a Spinosaurus. Alright, so the main differences between T-Rexes and Spinosaurus is that the Spinosauruses are bigger. Alright, they have these elongated heads, alright, kind of alligator looking, and as you can see, the arms are way longer. They've always had longer arms than the T-Rexes, so that's pretty good. And you can see here the spine piece. It covers the head, and when you put in the battery in its mouth, a piece of this boomerang piece comes up. I'm going to show you that in a few. Just get a look at him. He's pretty cool. He's actually navy blue, so he's my favorite color. He's awesome. Alright. Before I bring in Gabutyra for a comparison, let's show what the differences are. Gabutyra and the Gabu Revolver are the only items in the line that could read all the individual batteries. As I said in my Plezuon review, each battery has a different set of combinations that the Gabu Revolver and Gabutyra can read, alright? Unlocking a different sound. Alright? Tobaspino does not have that. If we look inside his mouth, okay, can't really tell, but you can see there's no 6 dotted grid that reads it, so no matter what battery you put in there, it will always do a Tobaspino sound, just like Plezuon and Raiden Oh. No matter what battery you put in, it doesn't work. Also, Gabutyra has buttons that go inside here, that when you pop in an arm after putting them in order inside of its mouth, it will do a sound depending on which batteries you did. As you see, there is nothing there, so there is no need to swap out batteries for the combination. When he combines with Bunpachy and Ankydon, he becomes Spino DaiOh. Alright? It's a Kyoryujin type robot, a bit different. Different helmet, different sound, and he has a boomerang and a shield looking thing. I'm going to show you that. But let's look at his sounds. We press the button here. You hear a dino roar. For some of you guys that know, that same roar is the same one that Kyoryu Origami uses in the Samurai Sentai Shinkenger movie and the Kyoryu Origami toy. I do have him, but I don't have him on me, so maybe I'll review him later some other time. But that's the same growl. Now if you hold it, you hear a sound. Sounds like a zoom or something like that, I guess. One more time. Alright, it's pretty cool. Now, when you pop in the battery, the only thing that moves is the jaw. Nothing else. You see, there's only the canal that it goes through, and there's indentations that allows the top of the battery to go in. When you pop it in, like I said, the piece up here will pop out. Can you hear that? And you have to flip this piece up, and now he's in battle mode. Alright, now that we've shown you everything there is to do in this, let's compare it with Gabutyra. Now here he is. Look at this, guys. So you can see, there he is. Very much alike, except Gabutyra's head is a bit higher. The only main difference is the arms. Like I said, the little T-Rex arm and the long Tobaspino arms. Besides that, they're completely identical. And the only thing is that the Tobaspino helmet is different than the Kyoryujin helmet. Okay, so you can get a look at the front words. See, same thing. Now, what I was telling you, inside of Gabutyra's mouth is the 6 pegs that make different sounds. Tobaspino does not have that. Okay. Pretty awesome toy. I think he's cooler than Gabutyra. Size, they're basically identical in size. Alright. Let's get them out the way. Now I'm gonna bring in what's necessary to make Spino DaiOh, which is Ankydon, Zyuden number 7, and Bunpachy, Zyuden number 8. Now when these 3 combine, they make Spino DaiOh. Now I'm sure you guys have seen Kyoryujin reviews, right? The combination is identical, except you don't have to put in the batteries in and out, right? So let's get down to that. First, let's set up him. Took out the piece, the tail. The tail actually makes him a little lopsided, so I'm gonna put in there for now. Just like Kyoryujin, pop it up, and the helmet hides in here. So here's the helmet. You can see it has the halfway crescent moon, similar to the helmet of Gorai Senpujin from Hurricaneger. It's pretty awesome. Alright, for now, let's put this and that to the side, right here. Okay, let's start with the legs. You want to push the legs in a bit in so it can come down smoothly, and it snaps into the bottom like that. Same thing here. So you can see there's a little peg that goes into a hole right here in the foot. It's on the inside, right there, and that keeps the feet in place. Okay, now that we have them like this, we want to press these 2 buttons. Slides these pieces up. Now we want to make it erect. Okay? Alrighty. Now we want to turn the legs forward. Separate the legs. Bring these pieces down. Just like that. Now we have the legs and the upper body set. Now we want to take this piece off. So you can see there is Spino DaiOh's head. It is identical to Kyoryujin's head, except that Kyoryujin has ridges around here that are red, accentuate the jaws, and he has red eyes over the green. You'll see when I compare them. Now, the way this works is that this clip onto the poles on the side of Spino DaiOh's head, clicking it in place, a lot like the thing on Plezuon that helps him combine in the Bakuretsu Kyoryuger. Identical. Okay, see? These 2 poles, when it goes on, it clicks on it and keeps it in place. Alright, for now, let's put that to the side. Okay, what we need to do is turn this around. You see these 2 slots, pegs, and go onto here. Okay, and of course, oops, hold on, I dropped something. Sorry about that, guys. Now we have the helmet. which we put on the head. It has a visor that covers the eyes, making it a little bit different than Kyoryujin. Okay, now we basically have Tobaspino ready for it. Now let's get the arms ready. Very simple. Just push these in, open the mouth, and push the button to eject the battery. Now we want to put it inside here with the 2 pegs and everything. Just snap it in. Okay. Bunpachy, we want to push the legs forward like this. Pop them forward. Now that we have that, we bring these down all the way. Same here. We open Bunpachy's mouth, press the button, comes out the battery. Okay. And we want to bring this and clip it in. Alright. Here we are. We are looking at Spino DaiOh. Now we can press the button and you will hear his transformation music. You hear it's a bunch of trumpets and like classical orchestra type music. I'll do it one more time. Very cool. Now we're not quite done yet. These separate. You pull this piece out like that, and it becomes a boomerang slash sword. You put it right here in the hole inside of Ankydon's fist, just like that. And then we have this shield hammer type thing. You bring it down like that. You lift it up. Put this piece in here. Sorry guys. And that's it. It's a bit heavy, so sometimes his left arm comes down. As you can see here, he is with his boomerang and shield. I'll turn him around to the side so you can get a better look at him. There goes the arm. Very cool. Alright, now I'm gonna bring in Kyoryujin so you guys could check him out. Let's zoom in on that helmet one more time. So it'll just take a quick second while I transform him. Alright, so we're here. You can see there is Kyoryujin. There's not much to show off really. They're basically the same, just with different arms and whatnot and a different helmet. As I mentioned, Kyoryujin has the red around the mouth, and Spino DaiOh does not have the red around the mouth, as I just showed you. Okay. Still, Spino DaiOh does look pretty cool. I love the way the blue comes out with the blue, with the light blue and the gray. It just looks awesome. Amazing. Now I have prepared here for you Plezuon and Raiden. Oh, I'm bringing him into the review because I'm gonna do some sort of an unofficial, unorthodox combination. Whatever combinations require Gabutyra, I'm gonna swap out for Spino DaiOh. So you guys can see what I'm gonna call Bakuretsu Spinodai Oh, where we'll replace Gabutyra in the Bakuretsu Kyoryuger formation, where we'll see him instead of Gabutyra. Same thing with Raiden. Oh, we're gonna do Raiden Spino DaiOh, where we'll combine Raiden Oh with Spino DaiOh, so you guys can get a look at that. Alright. It's pretty cool. Alright guys, it's gonna take me a second to prepare everything, so it'll only be a second because I'm gonna cut everything out, so hold on a sec. Okay guys, we're back. We're gonna do Raiden Spino DaiOh. So for now, let's remove these things. Pop this in here. Put it to the side for now. Okay, we want to flatten these arms out. And I'm gonna remove the back piece. You also want to place the helmet back in. Okay, keep that right there for now. Now we bring in pteragordon. Pteragordon, guys, I have not reviewed yet, but if you guys want to see, I'm sure there's a bunch on YouTube. I will bring in my review very soon. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the pterodactyl head, because that becomes the helmet. Okay. Now, let it get focused. These 4 pegs go in the back of Spino DaiOh. Okay. And the tail snaps on here. The reason why the tail is so important to pack up, because pteragordon is fairly heavy. Without this as a third leg, it will bring down weight and it will almost constantly fall. So we're gonna snap it in just like that. Simple. Alright, put it down. And now we're gonna combine the helmet. Okay, just put it on and open the mouth. And there you can see, with very little light, unfortunately, Raiden Spino DaiOh. Pretty awesome, actually. As you noticed, I have the visor down on purpose. Whenever Raiden was being controlled in the series, or pteragordon, the visor was down. It wasn't until he became good that the visor opened. Since he's semi-evil or a bad one being manipulated, I decided to keep the visor closed. Very cool. Now let's do a backwards shot of it. Awesome. Very cool. Awesome. I think he's amazing. Alright guys, now I'm gonna do Bakuretsu Kyoryujin. Oh, excuse me, Bakuretsu Spinodai Oh, as I like to call it. Alright, I'm gonna uncombine this, and I'm gonna get everything ready by uncombining these guys and putting them back in this dino mode to combine with Plezuon and Bunpachy. So it'll be a second. Okay guys, we're back. As you see, I've put Tobaspino back into dino mode, and that is so we can combine them into Bakuretsu Kyoryuger. Alright, I keep saying Kyoryujin, but I mean Bakuretsu Spinodai Oh. Now keep in mind, this has not been confirmed as any possible combination, like officially. This is just something I'm showing off to, like, so you guys can get a better look of how that formation would look with Tobaspino instead of Gabutyra. So let's go ahead with it. Remove this piece. We don't really need to do much. We gotta keep the tail in, so we want to push these down, slide it down by pressing the buttons. Slide these legs down just like when you're doing it for the Spino DaiOh formation, but instead of having to turn the waist forward, you just leave it the way it is, like this. Alright, I already have the Plezuon parts ready for combination. So for you guys who don't know, want to know how it works and haven't seen it, I have just posted a Plezuon review. So if you guys want to check out in detail, it's a pretty good review, so check that out. So for now, let's bring in the Plezuon feet. Okay, we want to combine it obviously with this peg and that peg. Okay, same thing with the other foot. Now I forgot to get the piece that holds the legs back, the white piece. It's part of my Plezuon review, but I'm not gonna go and get it right now. So for now, let's just go on with the review. Alright, we have this piece that we do to cover these pegs, just like that, so it can look like it has a waist. Okay, and now we bring in the bulk of Plezuon. You can see there's the helmet, and here's the box that I was talking about. As you can see, it is identical to the box on Tobaspino's helm, because it covers the head with the same clips and everything. So what we want to do is bring this and put it right in the top of the head so it can clip on those poles and on that peg. So we're gonna, hold on. Sorry guys, let me elevate the tripod a bit. Okay. Now we want to go ahead and plug it in like that. We want to unite this in this slot and this peg in this slot back here. So just like that. Easy does it. Okay. You can see he's almost ready. All we need is Bunpachy to come into the picture. Okay. Let's get the arm, the cannon arm, and Bunpachy. Here's Bunpachy. Which we plug into this side, and the cannon, which we plug into this side. And here's my, what I love to call, Bakuretsu Spinodai Oh. So you can see, having Tobaspino as the base and body makes it look a bit different. You can check out that with the blue and purple, it actually looks a bit better in my opinion. So let's do a whole 360 view. Check that out, it's pretty cool. And front again. So you can see it's pretty awesome. I actually like this better than the Bakuretsu Kyoryuger. It's an amazing toy. I really much like him. Alright guys, that's basically it for the review. There are a few more things I wanted to mention. I forgot to mention that with Kyoryuger taking control of Tobaspino, he would have to force Bunpachy and Ankydon to combine with him. So he throws out the command Kyosei Kamishigatai, which is forced bite-on combination. So Tobaspino is basically a good Zyuden Ryu just like the rest, but has been forced into a partnership where he causes havoc. I'm very excited to watch the movie. It will be a while before we get to see it, but from what the previews and the commercials I've seen so far, it looks really good. Tobaspino itself is an amazing toy. Yeah, it is basically identical to Gabutyra, and yeah, it is essentially almost identical to Kyoryujin, but it does add a bit of difference. It will do a lot of cool things when Bragigas, the last Zyuden Ryu, comes out. You can combine him to make the ultimate formation instead of Gabutyra. So it's good to throw off and to do special different combinations, replacing the main body of all the combinations with Gabutyra. So do I recommend him? Yes, he's very cool. For you guys who are into buying like repaints or retoolings, I get it, but this one is very awesome. I recommend you guys think about getting him. He's really cool, as you can see in the review. And I want to say one last thing. Thank you guys for supporting my videos. I know it's been a long time since I've done reviewing again, but since I've come back, I've gotten an outpour of support and subscribers, which I want to thank you all for subscribing to my channel and enjoying and watching my videos. I promise to do more of Kyoryuger and many more of my Super Sentai toys, including G12 and a bunch of Go Buster Kings. I have a bunch of toys that I'm planning on reviewing for you guys, and hopefully you'll enjoy and watch and comment. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to message me or comment on any of my videos. Thank you so much for taking the time of day to watch my video review. I hope it was helpful, and once again, if you have any questions about the figure or anything else, please feel free to message me or comment on any of my videos. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks, and have a good day.